joining us tomorrow. And along with that, at the end, we will have all the giveaway announcement. So stay tuned and do join us tomorrow as well. So with that said, thank you so much, and over to you, Rohit.
Okay, so all right. So Aman, can you record this session?
Yeah, this recording is on.
Okay, great. So hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, based on your time zone. So let me introduce myself first of all. So my name is Rohit Kumar. I'm a senior software developer at Dell Technology. I'm also a community speaker. I have 15x Salesforce certified and 1x Copilot development. And I have a Trailhead profile as a All-Star Ranger. I'm a Agent Force Innovator 2025, and I'm an owner of Salesforce Hunt. So you can see my badge here, like Agent Blazer Innovator 2025, and you can follow me on the LinkedIn, YouTube, Trailhead, and my blog as well. Recently, I have developed the Chrome extension about the Salesforce deployment process, so you can check out in the Google Chrome, and also develop the lots of extension for the VS Code. And I have also one more courses regarding the tips and tricks in the VS Code. So I have some disclaimer regarding my knowledge sharing. So I'm sharing my knowledge and my capabilities, not speaking on behalf of Dell Technology. So please keep in your mind these all, right? Just a second, guys. Okay. So now let's see. So today I will discuss about this Salesforce DX with MCP Server. So most of the people may be aware or maybe not aware about this MCP Server, but it's a future in the AI era. And after MCP, there is one another technology will become like A2A, that is agent to agent. Okay, so first of all we have to learn about the MCP server, then we will move slowly in the A2A. Okay, so here you can see this is a Salesforce, right? Salesforce DX, and this is the logo of the MCP server. So let me tell you what exactly MCP server. So MCP server in context of Salesforce DX is a specialized model context protocol and implement designed to facilitate seamless integration between the large language models. And in the Salesforce org, we have lots of robustness tools and capabilities. So based on the tool and capabilities, so we can enable the LLMs and read the messages, manage and they operate the Salesforce data in the single org, or maybe multiple org. I will show you how we can use multiple org at a time, or we can use only single org. It's based on our requirement, right? Okay, so MCP server is an open protocol created by the Anthropic, and that is the standardized protocol. Is not specific for the specific technology. No, it's a world wide web. Any technology can leverage this feature and implement his or her MCP server and consume anywhere as you want in any clients. Let's say VS Code, Cloud, Windsurf, and the Cursor, right? So in the below image, you can see like it's a kind of real-time example. We have a laptop or desktop, right? And also have the monitor, printer, and keyboard. And whenever we have these kind of devices and want to communicate with my laptops or desktop, so we have to connect these devices in a single unit, right? It can be like a USB hub like C, most of the type like USB hub right now. And I'm not talking about the Bluetooth, because right now with Bluetooth also we can be connect, right? But I'm talking about the USB hub only. So you can connect multiple devices or multiple resource with your system in a single place. Same thing come to the MCP part. In MCP there are three types of MCP right now. It's a like a MCP client, MCP server, and a MCP protocol. So in between, I will tell you like how we can leverage this, local MCP, remote MCP, and global MCP as well. So here, suppose somewhere our MCP is hosted already, and then I can make the NLP, like natural language processes, right? And based on my NLP, I can get the data from the different types of sources. It can be data sources, cloud services, and the local tool as well, right? So Same you can see, and you can comparison this kind of USB-C and MCP. It's easy to understand what kind of MCP we have to use it in real time, right? So now in this diagram, and this diagram, it's a very most understandable picture regarding the MCP architecture. So previously we have like non-agenting tool, and that is VS Code, Code Builder, and third-party IDs. So that is called non-agentic tools, right? So Salesforce introduced one more layer, that is Salesforce DX MCP Server, and here in this category, like agentic tools, we have A4D, that is Agent for Developer. It's already available in the VS Code. I will show you that one, and we will see the real-time example how we can leverage this MCP server. Cloud Cursor and Windsor, these all AI ID, right? And also Salesforce added this Salesforce DX MCP server, and it's a trusted tools. So it's a, we cannot say that it's not a safe, or it's expose the data, or it's kind of security vulnerability or something like that, right? So it's a build top of, it's built by the Salesforce, and have the lots of scopes like use of local auth, SFDX project awareness, like we have SFDX project in LWC, or any kind of project as you have. And it's the latest features and uses the few APIs call, not at all. Let's say we have governor limit in Salesforce, right? So every call have the specific limits. It can be like SQL limits or SOSL or any kind of batch limits, something like that. So same thing, you can see the in this SFDX, it will consume limited API calls. Not every time you have to make the some NLP and get the response. No, it's always consume only limited API calls. Not every time you have to make the calls to the server and get the response from the server to client. So this is the very most important to understand this MCP server in the DX, right? So here have the some points, and before starting the some quick demo, so you have to do something in your org, or your personal project or your company project as well. So some prerequisite is like VS Code definitely, and Node.js, and some Salesforce access pack. So explore the developer preview MCP tools, initialize releases a focus tool set, and core developer needs. So there is an npm packages. It's a node package manager. Under the npm, we have this one. This is the core one, like add Salesforce/MCP. So this is the npm package that include different types of tools. So in MCP terminology, tools is nothing but it's a kind of functions. Like we have like in the Apex, we have lots of functions, methods, right? So same thing in the MCP also have this kind of tools. Like it always works on the some limitation regarding the SF commands, because right now Salesforce export this kind of command right now. Okay, so in the future maybe like it's extend the different types of tools. So you have to wait until Salesforce announce this officially. Right now it's still in beta, so don't use in your project. So please take care about it. Okay, so here there are so many tools like SF/list-all-orgs, right? So it always show the list of connecting orgs. Same for the username, retrieve the metadata, deploy your metadata, assign the permission set, query the org, and finally test your Apex. So if you have like some Apex testing, so directly you can give your NLP and test your Apex within a single window, not to do like something regarding the test classes in the developer console, VS Code, or any kind of ideas you are using, right? So it's a very useful tool, and it's a future of the Salesforce DX. Okay, so let's see in the action something like tool sets. So tool set is a set of the tools, and it's have the lots of core functionality, like set up the helper, determine the correct username. That is the under the core part. Metadata is retrieve and deploy the metadata. Org, it manage the list of connecting orgs, user assignment, data query, and the logic. So logic, it can be like test or run programmatically features, right? So there are so many tools that I will show you how we can see in the MCP using this Salesforce DX. Okay, now, so let's get started with some MCP servers, how we can leverage these features. So I already discussed about the prerequisites. We have to install the Salesforce CLI, okay, some action pack, VS Code, and the Node.js. So this is the prerequisite we have to take care about. Now, next is how to set up the MCP. So we can set up the MCP. Okay. So based on the setup, there are so many clients. Okay. So apart from that, I will show you the without Salesforce DX, how we can leverage this MCP in the maybe next slide, next slides. Okay. So now here in the setup step depends on your MCP host. So these all clients like VS Code, Slane, and the cursor. Okay, there are so many in the list, but nowadays it's very famous. So you can use as a MCP client these all tools. Other MCP hosted like similar, we already have some setup. I will show you how we can set up in our local machine, remote as well as global. Okay, so these all prerequisites we have to take care about it. Now, after the setup of the MCP, once you configure your MCP, then you have to use the Salesforce DX MCP server tools, interact with authentications, Salesforce via Salesforce CLI, right? So internally, it always use like SQL, like SFDX command with SQL. If you have some NLP languages, then you can directly interact with your data, right? So here's a simple setup in the VS Code, right? So if you have already created your project, like SFDX project, then it's very easy to set up this MCP. There is no hardcore rule or no programmatically way to define this MCP. No, it's a JSON file and it's some package. Just you can include in your JSON and you can leverage it. So in the VS Code, we have this folder by default created by the SFDX, like .vs code, then slash mcp.json, right? In this one, you can see this key value pair, suggestion, now server, Salesforce. It can be anything, but right now I'm using the Salesforce. So that's why I can give my MCP alias as Salesforce, right? Type stdio. So there are three types right now in the MCP. First is stdio. This is the traditional way, like standard input output. As you know, like different types of languages like C, C++ have the header files like stdio, conio, something like that, right? So same thing, you can see the type like stdio is a standard input output. User can give some inputs and user can get some output from the server. Same thing like that. Okay. Now, second one is like some standard way, and that is SSC. So another type is SSC. So SSC is a server sent event. It's a latest one, and another latest one is like a streaming HTTP. So Salesforce trying to use that is stream HTTP or SSC nowadays in the agent force, right? So if you have some plan to integrate this MCP with the help of different types of endpoints or APIs or your custom code, so you can leverage this MCP in your agent force as well. It's easy, like you can create some custom services using Apex, then call your endpoints inside the Apex, and then call this Apex with the help of action in the agent force. Like we have different types of action like Apex, Flow, Prompt Builder, something like that, right? So you can leverage that one. So come to the commands. There are so many commands like npm, npx. So npx is the latest one comparison to the npm, right? So it's a node package executable and it's a manager. So you can use this command instead of npm and have some arguments. So this is the very most important if you are working different types of MCPs. So always keep in your mind like arguments. So it's a -y, it's a standardization, these all parameters, and this is the npm package. We already discussed in my last previous slides, like npm package at Salesforce/MCP. Then we have -orgs, and this is the default target org. You have to give these all parameter exactly, otherwise your MCP will not be work in that case, right? So keep in your mind these all parameters exactly as I mentioned here. So second, this is the hyphen tool set. So we already discussed the tool set have different types of terminology. Let me show you this one. Tool set have the core functionality, metadata, or user data and logic. So that's why you can see the tool set, this parameter here, and the all. Okay, so Salesforce is still working on the MCPs to improve these, tool sets and the tools, right? So in this default target org, we can use another parameter that is, all orgs. So don't give all orgs parameter here. In that case, if you are working on the specific org, then definitely you can use like a default target org. Otherwise, if you need like multiple data sources with the different Salesforce org, then definitely you can change this parameter to all orgs. But I recommended you don't use all orgs every time, because it's a very causing like some problem in your data, so it's mismatch your data, metadata, everything. So please be careful about this parameter like default target or with the all orgs. So always keep it. This is the default one. So Salesforce automatic recognizes this is the default target org, and then based on the current org, it automatic fetch the metadata. All right. So let's see the next one, like set up the VS Code clients. So as I discussed about the MCP have three modules, or we can say that three parts in the MCP. First is MCP client, MCP protocol, and the MCP server. So VS Code we are treating as client, MCP client. MCP server we already hosted in the somewhere in the npm package in Salesforce, right? So this is the server as of now. This is the client, and in between the communications we can use like MCP protocol. I say standardized protocol, not like some specific protocol. It's a standardized, so we can leverage it. So in the VS Code, just based on your operating system, you can use like command cp or control cp in your Windows or Mac. So right now these all Mac commands, so that's why I'm using this command cp, and it will show you the list of servers. If you see like MCP list of servers, so once you clicked on it, then definitely you can see number of running or stop or start server in this list, and it is coming from this kind of org, like this one slash slash and this one. Finally, you can see the file name as we discussed, like this one, like mcp.json. Same thing you can see here, like mcp.json inside this VS Code folder, right? So suppose we have lots of server in the Salesforce. So how we can run manually or how we can run automatically, I will show you in the practical example. All right. So here, select the start server option. So we have like the stop server, restart server, show the configuration, show the output. So we have only four kind of configuration or options, all right, as of now in the VS Code. So let's say next slide. I have some examples like how we can leverage these tools like list of orgs, query the accounts, deploy the metadata, run the Apex test, right? So that kind of exercise we have to do in this session. So let's see. So these all related to the Salesforce. I will show you the next slide, like out of Salesforce functionality, how we can create our own MCP server and we can use inside our MCP clients. It can be VS Code, Cursor, Windsor, or Slane. Okay, let's see. This is the out of box functionality regarding the Salesforce. So let's say interacted with an LLM through the AI. So it's a very simple, right? As of now, you can see like you always writing some text message or something like NLP, and then definitely it comes to the LLM UI. LLM, it can be Gemini, Cloud, or OpenAI, ChatGPT, right? So it's always written the response as well. like you have some query or request, just it's written the response. And follow-up message, same thing, like I want to improve these kind of messages, or some codes. So follow-up message always comes with the help of message ID or session in the LLM. So here you can see the follow-up message and then come to the response. Okay, so this is the basic LLM interactions in the UI. And this is the LLM interaction behind the scene, what kind of processing going on that particular conversations. So let's say this is you, and you are trying to send some message to the LLM API. It can be Gemini, Cloud, or OpenAI, right? So in the message request, you can see like system prompt, chat history, and maximum number of tokens, as well as message. So every request have this kind of prompt, chat history, tokens, and your message. Same, you can see the response. It's come the response. Stop the region. You can stop your MCP server at a time, or on that particular time as well. So it shows here output tokens and the price. Okay, so it's based on the request and response model, right? In the LLMs, daily by day, you are using like chat GPT or any kind of LLM in your case. So follow-up request and follow-up response, it's a simple communications, right? Like a request and response. So what kind of problem MCP solve? So suppose I'm a user, I have this kind of IDs in my computer or laptop, like cursor. This is all clients, like cursor
కొడదు
and
కొడదు ఆగు నిన్న కొడతా ఐ
hello. Oh, Aman, can you mute? Okay. So here you can see this is the user. It's a any kind of user as you have. So the cursor and cloud is a client side MCP. So suppose in the traditional way, I will tell you one scenario where we can solve this problem in my MCP with the help of MCP. We can say that, right? So suppose we have the Slack and the Perplexity, right? So it's a very famous tool regarding the searching. Okay, instead of Google search, you can directly search with the help of Perplexity, and it will give you the exact result as you want within the some few seconds. And it's filter out all the related queries, or your prompt based on this tool, right? So suppose I want to integrate this Perplexity and the Slack in my IDs. So how we can do these things? So you cannot do directly these tools inside your cursor or clouds. So previously it's very hard work, or very, we can say that, time consuming process to leverage these features inside my clients. So what kind of problem we had? So suppose this Slack, I want to integrate with the help of cursor or client cloud. So Slack developer can develop his or her APIs and expose with the help of endpoints. It can be get, post, put, patch based on the channels or Slack's API, right? So I want to consume this Slack in my different types of clients. So previously Slack already developed some REST API, and I can consume in my cursor with the help of some integration process. It can be like a UI based integration like Zapier or any kind of third party as you have, or you can directly consume based on your programming. Okay, and same thing, like I want to implement some web search with the help of this Perplexity and my clients. So same thing we have to do again with the help of REST API to expose his or her Perplexity web search with the help of APIs. We can integrate with the help of cursors and the clouds, right? So that is a traditional way, and still we are following these all things, right? So it's a time consuming and two-way development, like Slack can be developed his or her API, Perplexity can develop same APIs or different API based on the requirement, and cursor can use these APIs and use these tools based on the request. So this is very traditional way to integrate any kind of tools inside the client. Okay, so once the MCP comes, so this problem will solve easily. How we can solve this? in the next slide, you can see the MCP architecture. In the MCP architecture, it's very easy to connect this kind of tools within the JSONs and different languages you have. Like if you want to develop any custom MCP, so you can use the Python, Node.js, JavaScript, or TypeScript. As of now, it's a very famous, like Python is famous, so you can leverage it. Okay, so now here you can see Cursor, Cloud, Slack, and Perplexity, right? So with the help of MCP, we can resolve that problem like API integrations and API development, right? So Perplexity already developed some MCP server. Slack also we developed the MCP server, right? I can leverage my MCP with the help of the Cursor as well as Cloud. Only just few, configuration. No need to worry about like every time we have to connect all the tools within the APIs using the APIs. No, just you can create your own MCP, or you can use the MCP Play Store. Same thing we have like a Microsoft Studio, and there are so many stores available. So based on the your need or requirement, also Salesforce already have this Apache Exchange, right? And under the Apache Exchange or Agent Exchange, we can find out this kind of MCP, because Salesforce already exposed the MCPs, different types of companies like PayPal or Slack, or any integration like a DigiDoc or something like that. Okay, so once the MCP comes, that problem will solve automatically. Here you can see the problem is solved. Why? Because there is no integrations and there is no endpoint, only just some few MCPs and connect with the area, Cursor or Cloud. So suppose Cursor want to connect with the help of the Slack or Perplexity, so just you can leverage the MCP. It's a MCP client, you can see here, and the communication between the client and server is a MCP protocol, and these all server, right? So there is no programming needed in this case, right? So you can just leverage the MCP server if you need it. Otherwise, you can develop your own MCP. It's up to your business scenario if you have, right? So suppose we have some use cases and benefits, like what's the benefit and use cases to use this MCP server. So simplify complex org tasks. So suppose I have 10 orgs and I want to get all the data from the different types of orgs. So how we can leverage this? So you can just implement this MCP and get these all data from the different types of orgs, and reduces scripting efforts. So it's a very simple setup. I already discussed this suggestion, as you know. Yeah, so it's a very minimum setup to use this MCP in the Salesforce or any client as you have. So there is no need to worry about like some custom code or something like that, right? So it's easy to integrate and script less efforts. Enable conversational automation. So suppose I already discussed this request and response, right? So it's user can send the request with the help of some chats or messages to the server, and server can return some response with the help of the follow-up message, right? So it's enable the conversation automation as well. Okay, fine. So these all related to our slides in this session. Now it's time to learn real-time scenarios as well as some practical exercise in our okay. So any query question till now? If you have, so you can discuss. Otherwise, we can go ahead. Anyone? Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So do you have any query questions? So I can give you the solution, or we can follow up the questions and then we can implement the use cases in our
Though it might be better to show the actual A4D and the EDX demo.
Okay,
First,
okay.
yeah. They'll put questions in the chat anyway later on. So.
Okay, fine. So I have already created some project like in VS Code, like a SFDX project. So as we discussed in this slide, so under the VS Code, right? So you have to create one file, that is mcp.json. Once you open it, right? So you have to configure like a key value pair, like servers, Salesforce, same thing we already discussed in the slides, right? So just keeping these all metadata or args and commands types in this JSON, right? So let's see how we can start this server and stop the server and how we can get the data from the orgs, right? So before that, I will show you one thing. In this latest VS Code, in the extension, if you go here, in VS Code, Microsoft VS Code, showing this MCP server install, one option is there, right? So it's a Salesforce, because here I already mentioned like some Salesforce, right? That's why you can see this MCP Salesforce. If you want to change it, you can change it like a Salesforce 1, save it. Now immediately it's automatic change here, right? So this is the another option in the latest VS Code. If you didn't see this all, so you can update your VS Code, and then definitely you will see this option here, right? So let me revert it back like this and save it. Now you can see the MCP. So you can see the listed all installed MCP in a single window here. You can collapse it, you can expand it. So this is another feature. It's the latest feature recently, maybe like before 2-3 days before Microsoft introduced this feature, right? So here you can see some options like start 9 tools. Tool means I already discussed like tool set. Tool set have the core functionalities and like a tool, which kind of prompt we have to do with the help of tools, and the more. Under the more, once you clicked on the more, you can see the start the server, show the configuration, and show the output. These things, right? So I will show you another shortcut to get these all informations, right? So if you are using the Mac, so Control-Shift P, open it and search like MCP list server, like MCP list server. Once you open it, now you can see the Git pad, Salesforce, MCP server, weather. There are so many things. I already configured it like Slack, weather, something like that. Just focus on this one, like Salesforce one, because right now we are in VS Code mcp.json file, right? So you can see this one. You can select it, and once you select it, same thing will become here like this, and you can start your server, stop the server, and show the output. So let me start my server. So once you start your server, in the terminal, in the output, you can see the connected state is stop, and finally you can see like server is running, like MCP server version 14.1 is running on the STDI mode. So it's a standard output input, right? You can see, and it's discovered 9 tools. Okay, fine. So once you start the server, immediately you can see the status as running in the JSON file. And after that, you have to search like chat. Right now, I'm using the GitHub Copilot. So you can use anything, because Salesforce have some drawback right now in the Agentforce, right? In the agent builder or something like in the tool. Once you open this one, let's say agent for developer, right? So this will not be work in your case if you need some MCPs. So Salesforce may be like working on this kind of functionality. So in the future, definitely it will be available once you open it. And maybe another one, let me see. Yeah, this one, like agent for dev assistant. So in this one, maybe Salesforce employees can leverage this feature right now, because I already discussed some pupils and told me like we can use this one, but normal pupils like without Salesforce employee, we cannot leverage this feature right now, like as a GitHub Copilots, right? So just focus on it, because GitHub Copilot almost like free, but some of the studies you have to pay something. Okay, so just open the command palette and search like chat. Okay, chat open with agent. Once you open it, immediately you can see the edit with the Copilot. I say agent mode. So if you are working on the MCP, right? So in your case, you have to select the agent. Otherwise, it will not work in that case, like ask or edit. So always select the agent, and then definitely you can query it based on our need. So in the README file, let me show you my README file. So I will show you the default org. So this is my default org metadata or JSON, and I have some NLP or query. So I just copy it, like show me the org here, and just paste it here. Okay, it's a very simple natural language, end user can easily understand, or anyone can understand. It's not based on the end user. Okay, so let me hit the enter key and let's see. So right now you can see, like, show me the org here. So it's working, and it's ran the get user slash Salesforce MCP. So right now I'm in connected one org, and the org username is this, and it's showing the list of org, right? So list of org means the connected org right now, because we already configure some default target org. So default target org is connected org, not all orgs. So I will change this meta, argument after some time, and then we will see how many connected org I have, or number of orgs I have in my org. Salesforce. Okay, let's see behind the scene what is going on. So once you run it, don't worry about this readme file. It's automatic attached somewhere, so don't worry about it. So now you have to check your ran get user. First of all, it's check the user, like directory of your project. This is the input, right? And then the output, you must inform the user that we are going to use this username. So it's, first of all, it's authorize the org, or we can say that it's getting the username, and based on the alias or username, it's explain behind the scene which org you want to use. I want to use this org username, and based on this username, subsequent requests, you can see this is the directory and the output. In the output, like list of configure Salesforce org, this is my alias name, you can see, right? So based on this alias and config, like a target -org, it's automatic getting my username, instance URL, and is a scratch org or dev hub org, or it's a production, or like sandbox. So it's already checked everything, org ID, auth method is a web token based authentications, and is expire is unknown. So you can see the JSON, right? This is the output of this command, this topic, we can say that, like Salesforce MCP server, right? So suppose here, after that, you can see this JSON as a readable form, like username, this alias, and instance URL, and finally you can see the org ID, and it's the org type. It's a developer edition, dev hub, yes, scratch or no, and this is the sandbox or not, no. So after that, you can see the configure as a set a target org, because I already set a target org, and this is the authentication mechanism, like auth authentication method is a web authentication. Status is active. There is no expiration of the free developer account. That's why you can see the status active and unknown expiration. So behind the scene, once you give this kind of prompt, let's say show me the org. So first of all, it's getting the username of the current logged in user, right? And then based on the user, it's showing the list of all the orgs. Not all the org, but it's a alias name. That's why behind the scene only, getting the current logged in org here. Okay, fine. So let me stop my server and I will show you one thing. Okay, so let me stop the server using my tools. And again, I need to give same, this query or NLP, right? And execute it. So here, this time it will not be work, because it's not based on the MCP. But right now you can see that it's running, right? Why? Because it's an automatic running. Let me remove this MCP and let's see what happened, right? It's asking the test connection, everything. So I will show you what kind of option we have to do here in the continue and the, allow in this session, allow in the workspace, or always allow. So I will tell you one thing. This is a small tips to you guys. If you are working in the MCP in the Salesforce, so don't allow always, because sometimes it's very harmful, or sometimes it's very dangerous commands to run, this MCP. So always make it as ask with the user, right? So you have to keep in your things this. Okay, fine. So let me stop this server and let me remove these all metadata file or something like that, right? So let's say we cannot comment that the JSON, that's why. Okay, so let me cut it, save this. I say empty JSON. Okay, let me make it as a new session. And here, same thing, I need to go here, like in my readme file, we can say that this pasted here and show me the org. So let's see what is the output will become here. So now let's see. So this time it's calling this run test connection, Salesforce Advanced MCP Server, and let's see what happened. Let me continue it, and now it's failed. So it's trying to get some data from this file because it's already attached. You can unattach it using this small icon, right? And then you can try this, show me the org again. So let me make it this one, and let's see. Because right now I have this file, that's why it's always pointing this Salesforce Advanced MCP Server, right? So you have to delete this file and then try it. So in that case, this MCP server will not be work, and it's automatic execute your Copilot commands in the terminal. So in every IDE like Cursor or WinServe or VS Code, whenever you're using any kind of LLM, right? So in LLM, so here in the terminal, let me show you the terminal first, right? So here in the terminal, suppose I want to show my org or execute some code with the help of this MCP server. So whenever you don't have any MCP server, so it's automatic comes here and enter some commands. Let's say I will show you this one. So let's say sf apex run, this is the target org, and the file apex query dot apex, something like that. So last time I use it like directly this GitHub Copilot, and it gives me this command and run in the terminal automatically. So that is the old story or old school right now in the all the IDEs. So no need worry about like we have to take some SF command and run in the terminal automatically or something like that, or manually. No need. So once you have the MCP, so it's take care about everything to you guys. So no need to worry about these old things, right? So let me reload this window because I need to refresh my VS Code. So after that, now let me take some example again, like show me the org, something like that. So let's see in this case. All right. So now it's running the get username. We already discussed. First of all, it's always checking the user, and after that is running the list of MCP server, like list of orgs, and now finally you can see the current Salesforce org and all the information regarding this org. Okay, so that's enough. Now let's see the all orgs parameter. So here in my readme file, I have this parameter, so I can just copy this one and paste it instead of this default org, right? I can use my this one, or I can replace my whole command because it's the same. Just you have to change this line number 61 and use it into your MCP. Just save it and restart your server. Make the new sessions for now. And after that, previously you already seen like only one org details, right? Now this time I will show you the all orgs as I have worked on it, right? So let's see, like show me all Salesforce orgs, something like that. So let's see. So it's running the command behind the scene. It's getting the run the list all orgs, right? So here you can see IPL dashboard, that is a one org, testing org, everything you can see the org, because I have almost 10 plus something around. So you will be see these all orgs here. So it's automatic getting these all here. Yeah. So here it mentioned like you have a total 12 configure orgs, 11 active, 1 expired. So I think this is my definitely it's a scratch org. It's already expired. That's why you can see the expired. So it's a very mature model, or we can say that MCP can get this all information with the help of this parameter, that is allow all orgs. So it's showing all the orgs name with the help of this command. Like this is the simple one. You can use any languages as you have, but for now I'm using this show me all the Salesforce org. That's why you can see the all orgs, including scratch org or your dev hub org, something like that. So you can read it from here as well. Okay, let's see the next one. Let me revert it, save this. Okay, so now next is here, come to the another one. Let's say show me the 10 account records. So let's see this one. So show me the 10 account records for this org. So it's not query the data with the help of the SF command. It's just behind the scene. It's MCP running and getting the SF query And here in the SF query, it's automatic generate this SQL query, right? So you can see the select ID, name, type, industry, phone, something like that. And after that is the output comes in the JSON format. And finally, you can see the, let me make it this one, and you can easily understand as a 10 records of the account in the tabular format. You can see these all 10 are record. Okay, let me move this one, or maybe, okay. So don't worry about like 10 something around. It's like some format issues. So don't worry. So it's like account name, type, industry, phone, location, and created date. You can see the data. So how we can see these all information we have in my org. So here it's automatic find out the key insight. Like we have total found 10 records, customer type like direct customer we have 7, channel partners we have 3. So total is 10. That's why you can see, and everything you can read out it, right? And the all accounts were created on June, something like that. So you can see each and everything in all the information regarding this accounts records. You can get the all records as well. So suppose we already set up some criteria in my query, like let's see here, like 10. So it means limit. So in the SQL it's already set up the some limit 10. That's why you can see the only 10 records, right? Let me move to the next one, and here let's see where it is. Just a second. Yep. So just copy it or paste it here. This time I don't want to get like 10 records. I want like more than 10 records, or total 10 records in this account object. So show me account records. Let me remove it 10, and let's see in the Excel. Okay, fine. So let's see here. It's working on the particular MCP, like running the SQL query, and this time it's not. It's getting the limit like 15 based on the APIs and data. So it's getting the total active. I think is already set up somewhere like active criteria. This, let's see, billing address, everything okay, fine. Okay, so you can see the 13 records of the account. So how we can check this one? So in the org, okay, fine. In the org, if you go here, right, in the account tab, so let me refresh it and choose your list view, like all accounts. And in the all accounts, you can see the 13. That's why you can see in the output as well, like 13, same thing. So no need to worry about like if you are a developer and need to get all the data from that particular object, and you have to go to the particular org and getting all the data from list view or something like that. No, if you are a developer, just you can run your NLP with the help of this MCP, and you can get all the information in a single window. No need worry about like here and there, something like that, right? That's the benefit of this one. Like I just move it here, I can get the all data from here, right, based on the list view, like 13. Instead of this one, you can just query it, and you can give the prompt and getting these all data in a single window. Okay, fine. So let's see, the next one is like tell me about the audit trail. What is this? Okay, I have some example. We will see this one by one here. So let's see this one. It's again run the SQL query. Here you can see this one, and this time object name is setup audit trail. You can see the input and output in the JSON. And let's see in the downside, you can see this recent setup audit trail, like today 19 recent activities, everything you can read in a single page. No need worry about like you have to go to the here, click on the gear icon, this setup, and check the audit trail, something like that, right? So no need. So just come to the in quick find or just search like audit trail somewhere, like view setup audit trail, right? And after that you can see the all the information, right? These all, but same information you can see here in VS Code as well, right? So this is another benefit, like you can save your time, you can boost your productivity without any wasting time, these all things, right? So let's see, next one is like, can you deploy my demo Apex class. I don't have any demo class right now in my org. Let me create the Apex class. Right now, this MCP server is not applicable to create something, to update something, or to delete something, right? Also, this MCP server not execute any kind of, execute anonymous code, because Salesforce is still working behind the scene, like how we can improve this model, or we can improve this MCP, something like that. So Salesforce is still working on it. So it's still in beta, these all things. So let me create the demo Apex first of all, and let's see what is the next action. So in the command palette, create the demo class, like demo. Okay. So this is a simple demo class, right? And in this demo, I want to deploy it. So before that, let me verify this Apex class is available or not. You can make it the SQL query in the Salesforce inspector or developer console. There are so many ways, but for now, everyone will be aware these things. So just select it and search like Apex class, or I will show you the another shortcut to get this, Apex class immediately. So whenever you need some Apex class, right? So always you are already typing something around like Apex class, like whole word or something like that. No. So just type like X and C. This is the another shortcut. It will helpful for your, day by day job, something like that, like XC. So it automatic find out like Apex class, right? So suppose you have like some custom metadata. Let's say custom, it's like custom metadata. So what I am trying to discuss, or what I'm trying to show you, this is some productivity tips that I have implemented. So let me show you to you as well, guys, because it's a community. We can improve our knowledge day by day, and we can learn from others as well. It's not depends on the particular things. So that's why I will tell you these things in this context. Okay, so let's see in the metadata how we can leverage this one. So let's say let me try this, or mm. Okay, just type like only like this. Okay, let me tell you the another things. You can play around these all shortcuts, don't worry. So let me select the Apex class, sorry. So just click on the Apex, and in the Apex, just try to search like demo class. So let me click on this pagination one. Okay, and there is no demo class, I think so. Okay, let me try to, or just I can make it the SQL query. This is the better way to find out, right? So let me make it like a ID name from Apex class, and here it's returning lots of Apex class. Just I can filter out like demo. There is no demo class, or I can make it like very close, like a name equal to demo, something like that, right? So let's see. So here you can see no data found, right? So let's see how we can deploy, or how we can leverage the MCP, functionality using this Apex class. Okay, fine, enough. So let's see in the MCP server, I can deploy my metadata as well, because right now, yeah, can you deploy my demo Apex class? That is fine. So let me copy this and ask with the MCP, and we have to check with the MCP can be applicable, or can be able to deploy this Apex class to the org or not. We can deploy, there are so many ways, right? So in the Apex class, right click and deploy to org. This is the one option. Another way, like we can deploy using the sf command, right? This is the second way. Another way, like third way, is I will tell you lots of things, like you can create the package and you can deploy using Workbench, or any kind of deployment process you have. There are so many ways, but this is still it's a very time saving and productive way. So that's why I'm telling you this MCP server. So can you deploy my demo class in this org? So this MCP server is already aware the connected org, right? In the earlier conversation, you can see all the things like getting the username somewhere, where it is, yeah, get the usernames. It's already aware the previous messages and session. You can create your new session as well in new chat. It's up to you, but I always prefer, like if you need like some something related to your previous commands, right? So always make it one session. If you need like separate things, let's say it's a new things, and then you can create, or you have like some complex logic, then definitely you can go to the particular plus icon and create new cat. Okay, fine. So now, can you deploy my demo Apex class in this org? Let me execute this and let's see. So we already confirmed there is no Apex class in the org like demo. Okay, so let's see in the action. So it's asking me, and here please observe, guys, this is very most important for us. Like, let me fix that by providing the source dir. It's a directory as an array directory, and this is the directory, and this is the source code coming from this particular class. Here you can see the force main default class and the class name and my username as well, this alias name. You can pass the alias or username, it's up to you, but MCP more reliable with the help of alias, right? So now note, here you can see that MCP server or malicious conversation content may be attempt to be code or through some tools, something like that. So always select like as a ask with the agent or ask every time, something like that. Don't allow like always allow. I can allow it, don't worry, but if you have like a real-time project, so don't use this option that is always allow, something like that. Always ask with your user, something like that. So just click on the continue, and this time this command is running like deploy metadata. So here you can see the tick mark. It means our MCP server is working fine with the help of this command. So now finally you can see perfect, the demo Apex class has been deployed, that particular org like agent force project. So come down and let's see in actions. So here status is success. This is a deployment process, right? And deployment summary, we can say that I already developed some Google Chrome extension to find out these all information and in a single place. So instead of this line by line reading and sentences, instead of these all things, you can directly use my extension and you can get these all information in a single place. Okay, so now this is the deployment ID and this is the org, and deployed by, you can see my name and the time. Okay, and what is the component? So you can find out it's a demo class, it's a Apex class. Action is here, you can see the created. It's a new class, not like a updation or deletion, something like that. Component ID, this one file, it is coming from this directory like classes / my class name. After that, you can see the status as success, and finally deployment static is, you can see the total component 1, success deploy 1, error, no test class, deployment size 459 bytes. So this class have this kind of size, right? So these all deployment summary. If you have like some release manager or something like that, you can integrate this kind of information and send back to your manager with the help of Slack channel or mail or something like that. It's up to you, right? Finally, you can see demo class is now available in the Salesforce org and can be reflected by the other Apex, extended or used if you need it, or there's some suggestion. It's a very mature. You can see like you can call this class with the help of trigger, flow, or other components, right? So let's see in the org. In the org, previously I already ran this Apex class query. I didn't find out last time, right? Now let me execute this class and let's see. Now immediately you can see ID and the class name. And also in the UI, you can verify this one. Okay, let me refresh it. Let me refresh it and let's see this class will be available or not. Okay, so just come down here. Okay, fine. So let's see demo class is available or not. Maybe the next page. So just click on the next. And here you can see the demo class, right? You can retrieve this demo class from your org to local development environment like VS Code using MCP. You can do it. There are retrieval command also be there, right? So you can see these things. Okay, so let's see the next one is here in the README. Like create a new.
Rohit, sorry to interrupt. Can we just take a break of 5 minutes because we're continuously speaking for 1 hour? We'll take a break
I
of
can
5
speak whole day. Don't worry, bro. Okay. Okay.
Great.
Takes a break. Okay. 5 minutes.
We'll take a break of 5 minutes and then we'll be back. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Yeah. You can stop sharing. I'll just share my screen with the
Okay.
time.
Okay. Let me stop my screen. Okay. Just a second. Yeah.
So we have few questions. We'll take that questions at the end of the session, everyone. So please be bear with us till the end of the session, and we'll make sure that your all the queries get answered, and we'll be back after 5 minutes. Thank you. Okay. I'm back from the break. And
Aman, sorry for interview. Give me two more minutes. Okay.
okay, no problem. So we have 3 questions here. I can see, no, not 3, 4 questions. Please bear us for a few more minutes. So he will complete the explanation, and after that we will take up all the questions one by one. How's your learning going on, everyone? Related to the agent force, the entire series. How was it? How much you learned? Great, lot of hearts. Okay, that's an interesting question from Sidhu. So how many of you use agent force for developers in your daily work? Just a quick reaction. Rohit, stay in tech loop, subscribe to. Okay. Okay. Cool. So let's get started. All good, Rohit? One more minute. Okay. Good question, Raghav. So if that question doesn't get answered here in the session, we'll try to answer it. But if it doesn't get answered, you can put it in our WhatsApp group.
Okay, Aman, I'm back.
Great. So you can resume, and over to you now.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we can see your screen.
Okay, great. Okay, fine. So last time we did like, can you deploy the demo class in the org, right? So we already successfully deployed these things. Now it's time to create some metadata, and based on the metadata, we have to assign some permission set that particular user, right? So let me take these things here, and now let's see. So this MCP server is not applicable to create the permission set as of now. So we have to use it like as a command, or some related this metadata. So let's see in the action, it's find out something like that. So it's running this run the query org, and I think I already have, yeah, it's already created some permission set. You can see this Luxe Hotel gas services, and it's created here, and it's calling this metadata and deploy to the Salesforce with the particular assigned user. So now let me continue it, and let's see. This permission set will be assigned to the user or not. Great, it's successfully deployed, and it's asking again like assign the permission set. So let me assign to the user. You can see the topics. These all topics. If you see this small rectangle, it means these all topics inside the MCP. Now finally you can see the level is this. This is the permission set level, and assign new permission set details, and is successfully created and deployed to the, and also assigned to the user. So how we can see this one? This is the assignment details. Like this is the user successfully assigned. In the org, we have to open the org Let me open my user. Let's see here, user, and let's see my user, and this permission set is successfully assigned to this user or not. We have to cross check. So just click on the my name, and here in the permission set option, like permission set, we have lots of permission set. So click on this, go to list 8, something around. Okay, so finally you can see this Lux hotel gas service is already assigned, maybe this one because it's the earlier one. So which one is the latest? So let me check. Okay, this gas services. So it's a gas service, this one. So it's already assigned this user, and you can easily verified with the help of VS Code. No need worry about like you have to come every time with the Salesforce and check out these all things, right? So this is another metadata deployment tool. With the help of MCP we can deploy it. Now let's see, the next one is here, like run the test class, like account controller test, because I already have this test class. So you can create your own test class and you can run with it with the help of MCP. Okay, there are so many ways to execute this Apex class. One is like developer console, another is in the setup, or third is like VS Code. There are so many options available, but these all real-time options available here, so you can leverage it. So now this is the new way to execute your Apex class with the help of MCP. So let me copy this one, and I can use my command, this one. And finally, let's see. Okay, so it's find out this class. So here you can see that run the Apex test. It's a MCP server, right? And it's directly, as you know. Just click on the continue, and it's going some process. Here you can see some process is going on, and after that it will execute your test class. Here you can see, excellent, the account controller test has been successfully executed and perfect result. Okay, so it's have the lots of information regarding the test execution, because testing is very crucial in the Salesforce, as you know, right? So you have to do these things. It's a very helpful for us in the MCP, right? So test summary, like status is passed, how many tests pass, like 3 passing, 0 fail, no skip, pass rate. You can see the test coverage is 100%. We can check it. You can check with the help of this text explorer or refresh it. I have lots of things. So in the Apex class, my Apex class is account controller. You can see the 100%. It means it's successfully executed, or you can directly execute from here as well. There are so many ways, right? So this is the another way to execute your Apex class with the help of MCP, and everything you can check out, like performance metrics, like how many times it will take to deploy or execute, like setup time, execution time, and command times. All the milliseconds you can see, right? And this is the methods, like test get accounts. This is the another method, and finally make some data, like this is the test setup data. After that, some analysis, same thing. You can see org wide coverage and key highlights. So this is some more information regarding this your test class, and you can see in a single place, not to worry about like you have to navigate to the Salesforce, run it, check it in the developer console or any ideas you have. Just you can think about it and you can use it. Okay, so I think when I have already covered lots of basic rules as well as some advanced concept and some example as well. So yeah, thank you. Okay, so let me stop my screen just a bit.
Thank
Okay.
you so much, Rohit.
Okay.
Great. So let's take up the questions one by one, Rohit. And it was really a wonderful.
So what are the questions?
It's a network issue. I had some, I think there were some questions. Salim, can you paste those questions one by one, because I'm not able to take that question because just I was out for the meeting. Okay, he's pasting the questions one by one. You can take it up.
Okay.
Salim, are you pasting the questions? Okay, he's giving a thumbs up, so he's preparing it up. Okay. Let me stop the recording.